Hello and good day. Our lesson for today is to embark on the addition of a new inventory item. And in order to understand what an inventory item is, initially I will go ahead and use an existing item as an example. Let's go ahead and look over here on the screen, and we can see that I am standing near this item that I collected, which is an inventory item. When I collected it, we have our inventory panel that becomes kind of, at least has the button, becomes opaque. Before it was kind of partly blurred out by being half opacity. So now we can see we have this invisibility item, and then if we apply it, then we can see it says that I use the invisibility, and you can see the character model takes on this different look, illustrating that this invisibility effect had taken place, and then it returns to normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take on this task of adding a new inventory item. Now, you're not going to do the entire process at once. You're going to get your ideas together and formulate a basic understanding of what the code changes need to be, and then we'll progress to getting you more customized with your process. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the housekeeping things I have added. In particular, if we go to the settings over here, if we want to turn off the game HUD, we can turn that off like that. If we want to go turn off the Babylon Playground UI, we can turn that off. And if we want to go full screen, we can do that. So this is for your convenience. I'm going to keep the code available for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what you've been provided. And this is over at the Google Classroom. So what you see right here is the file, text file that you've been provided with, and it basically is telling you what to go ahead and do. So you can, as it says right here, add to Flat City in Assets TS. So Flat City is a section that's in Assets TS, and it says to add this. So it says to add this section of code. So you copy that, and then you would take this code then and you would put it into the appropriate spot in the assets.ts file, and you'd add it to the Flat City section. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go over here and look for the assets file. Here it is. And if we didn't know where the assets file was, we could also maybe search on Flat City. Let's just say we wanted to do that. We could search on Flat City, and there it is. It takes us right there. So it's nice to have this search that actually has the results that link off into the actual files. Okay, so here's Flat City. Flat City does not have any item section, so we have to go after the particles, and we must put a comma and then go down to the next line, and then we can paste that stuff in there. We currently have something that's showing up as red, and that's okay because it will get fixed in here a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and tab that in. What we could do, though, is to use the kind of cleanup mechanism that's built into the Babylon Playground. So if I show the Babylon UI again, you can actually use what's built into their Playground. They have a format code, and if you do that, it will adjust the indentation. So that's format code right there. Okay, and that just adjusts the indentation. And if you look at this over here, this is going to go away. This is a warning, says that currently there's no alert effect kind, item effect kind is not assignable right now, but we're going to take care of that in just a moment. So we can go ahead and get ready for the next step. So let's go over here, and it says go to the config.ts line 148, and this is where we're going to add that update to the item effect kind. So every single time that you're going to add a new item effect kind, it needs to be updated in the config.ts. So let's go over to the files. Let's go down to the config.ts, and we can see where that is over here. It's the item effect kind, and it's right there. So we can go ahead and just replace that line with the new line that you're provided. It's nice that I just give that to you so you can pretty much just go directly from that. And prior to this, we only had super jump and invisibility, and now we have alert in addition to that. Okay, so let's go ahead then to the next section. And then the next section says go to the inventory manager and add this as a new function. So we're going to go into the inventory manager. I'm going to copy that, as you can see it right there. Notice exactly how I've copied that line, or those lines, I should say. And we're going to go to the inventory manager, and we're going to add those. So if you look in the inventory manager, we already have several apply kind of effects. Let's go ahead and put it down here underneath the applies invisibility effect. Let's go put it below that and just paste it in there. And we can always use the format code, and that will get us formatted. You can always just go and tab things in yourself, as well as I'll do that right here for these remaining things that weren't caught. Okay, so there's that one section we've added. I added that right after the applies invisibility effect in the inventory manager. Now let's go and see what else it says. One last thing. It says apply item effect. We need to edit the apply item effect in the inventory manager. So we're going to go and copy that code right there. And it's already been prepared for you. We're just going to replace the current section in apply item effect. So let's go look at that. So if we go up here, we can see where that is. In the inventory manager, we can see apply item effect. This is that function. And we're just going to replace this section of it. Basically, actually only these lines. We're going to replace that and go ahead and paste that in. I'm going to go and, again, just do the format code. We could just tab it in ourselves, but that's available to us. Now let's talk through the changes that we've made. If we go back to the first thing that we did, in the assets, we added this section for items. The items that we added were just one of these items. We added an alert item. We have one instance of that item. There's only one copy of it, if you want to look at it that way. And it's going to be located at this position in the Flat City environment. And let's go ahead and see that in action so we can see what goes on. Now this is okay, actually. It's going to work because we have the other code in there. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then I'm going to go ahead and play. Now we can see there has been no error, so this is actually fine at this point. We're going to go ahead and, just to make things a little easier to see, we're going to go ahead and take the full screen. We're going to turn off the Babylon Playground UI to make things a little easier to see. We'll go over to Flat City. And now that we're in Flat City, we'll go ahead then and maybe just jump out and take a look for that item. And there it is. There's the inventory item right there. And let's go ahead and collect it. There, we've collected it. Now we can see it appear over here in the inventory. Let's go apply it and see what happens. There we go. We got the alert shows up. And if I click the OK button right here, We can see it says use the alert. And that's all it really does. It just gives you a little pop-up that says this is an alert. Because this is the first step, right? There's a few steps into getting these inventory items customized. We start off with you just learning the basic process of where you need to touch base with the code. And this should hopefully open up some creative energy in you. And let's go ahead and release that and get that out there to the world so they can realize all the wonderful creative things that you can do. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.